Hey, welcome back for another Knights and Merchants shoutcast. And this time we have a game played on Majestic Waters. This replay was given to me, and I won't tell you who gave it to me. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know if it's good. I was told it was good, but I don't know the result. I have an assumption, of course, by who gave it to me, but I won't spoil that for you by revealing who provided the replay. Nevertheless, we'll see how it goes. This map is, again, Majestic Waters. It was made by the Dark Lord quite some time ago. Recently updated. I'll show you the changes in a bit here that I can notice. I'm sure there are more changes I'll miss. Anyway, we'll introduce the teams real quick. On location 1, this is Yannick. And below him, Romic. I don't know the location numbers, so just bear with me. I'll use the parts of the map to describe them throughout the game. Here is Brawar. And their opponents, we have Thor, Desta playing under something I can't pronounce. I don't know what that is. And this is I believe actually Mexican. And this is Mexican tea. This is not actually Cochise 12 or K14 as he has it. But given away by the IG tag and of course the brown color. Alright, and pretty even matchup. Actually, Brawar is turned out to be a very skilled player, so we'll see. And Yannick as well. Yannick, very nice. So we have Poland against a couple of Russians and a Mexican. I don't believe Desta and Mexican have any direct communication, but Thor can translate to a degree. So we'll see if the communication seems to play a role throughout the game. Changes to the map, biggest were, this is location 5, I believe. Pretty sure. Anyway, it's you can see the coal is much different. It extends off in this direction. This space over here is a little bit more open. Frankly, it's a little easier to defend if you ask me. Storehouse placement moved a little, some trees moved around, a little extra stone. And also, changes over here. Actually, no, I thought Dark Lord would fix this. This gold over here is not mineable, as gold mines don't work very far to the right, so he won't actually gather all the gold in this mountain here, but this location is quite nice, actually, so no worries there. It's balances itself out, and the center is less cursed ravine-like, more open, and that will allow, of course, soldiers to move from one side of the field to the other easier and enable some more pushing. Alright, excuse me. This location, excuse me, I'm back. This location here, or excuse me, I lost my train of thought there. A little distracted by something in the room, forgive me. Back to the game. This map has huge starting resources. You can see in the storehouse still that, 70 wine barrels, 35 sausages is the start, I think 35 bread and 20 fish. Very large starting food. Starting timber is 65, 70 stones, so even though it doesn't have the accelerated build order, I think the stonemason woodcutter, just normal build order here. Either way, you'll still have a very fast start, and you can do lots of different possibilities here, but nevertheless, I still see very normal strategies, mass farms, and then go heavy on leather and horses, and it seems like that is every one strategy at the moment. And it's really become the standard, really, going mass farms and getting some horses out to complement your leather army. It's very important, and it really makes a difference. between losing and winning a battle if you can get just a couple of horses that by chance are able to sneak around. And you're able to route your opponent's armies much more efficiently if you're able to chase down bowmen with your knights. And it can really, really turn the tides in a game. Mexican going 2 stables, which is interesting. I know I just praised knights a whole lot, but here we see a double stable, which is crazy. He'll have maybe 25 knights by peacetime. Who knows if he keeps these well supplied. He'll probably have to go for at least 1 mil, even if he tries to abuse fish on this location. We'll see what happens. Starting food very high, so it's actually a really good possibility to go for the double stable here. So we'll see what happens. I like it. I'm really excited to see this. And oh, I thought this might be a market, but no, another swine farm. I thought maybe we'll see some crazy trading too. Double stable and market. See horse rush or mass horses. But either way, 2 stables. We'll see quite a few. And there we see the stable from Testa. Barracks going up already. And stables from Thor. So there'll be at least 40 to 50 horses on this team at peacetime. And everyone going for swords too, which is interesting, as you only have 2 iron mines here, and this iron mine not working is definitely not helping at all. I believe this is, the location with 3 iron mines, and then Yannick's over here has the 3 iron mines on this side. All of the locations on the map have but 2 iron mines. And normally you want to go 3 iron mines, or 4 iron mines if it allows it. You want 1 more iron mine than you have iron smithies, because the iron smithies work quite a bit faster than the iron mines. 3 iron mines to 3 iron smithies is okay. To make it super efficient, you could trade 1 wooden shield to 1 iron ore every once in a while, maybe every 10 minutes or so. Do about 3 shields, 3 to 5 shields, but that's only if you have a good opportunity to spam iron late game. Most maps, though, you're seeing 4 iron mines, and that's plenty enough, of course. But here, you're going to be having a hard time supplying just 2 iron smelters for sword production, and you'll see a lot of players opt to go for pikes on this map just because of that. In these close quarters, though, pikes don't do very well, and you see there's a lot of tight gaps on this map. Most of the action probably going to be up here this game, as this is by far the largest part of the battlefield, and these guys down here will play more of a support role, a pocket location if you would, with some possibility to push over here. It might be nice to put a small amount of bows and maybe some pike or sword right here, and just harass the woodcutters right here. It might be enough to at least annoy your opponent. He won't be able to defend very well or push out of his base, since his city is right here. Woodcutters being the easier, woodcutters and farms are nice to have the edges of your base, so you can maneuver through them easier with your army. But nevertheless, it's going to be an awkward position to defend. Saying that, though, is it really useful to risk losing 20 bows and 10 swords just to harass your enemy woodcutters? Probably not. Economy harassment doesn't really play a role in Knights Merchants, but I like to see it. And in addition, those soldiers could do much more to helping your cause by being in the fight, so we probably won't see that. At the very most, maybe kill a fisherman off if he's still fishing. But if he's not, then you're just helping your opponent because he has one less mouth to feed, right? And we'll see if the enemy has done any interesting scouting yet. No, I guess we still have some time. Might see something interesting. Well, I guess it's not quite possible. You're really almost not even doing any kind of scouting between bases. Maybe you could catch a laborer up here to go through location 5, but I don't think we'll be seeing that. Again, saying that though, it might be possible with this tower here. Very strange tower placement by Romic. It's good, it works really well because you're not going to really be able to push from down here, so you're pushing from right here and gives lots of room for maneuver. So very smart placement by Romic. I really like these towers. They look funny because it looks like they're guarding this cave more than anything else, but no, we're not worried about anything crawling out of that cave. We're worried about armies pushing from the east here, so that is what those are for. And I really want to see some dirty scouting. This could be really nice, but I don't think we'll see it, just because these towers will go up, a recruit will go in there, and then of course the laborers will refuse to charge towers. Insubordination, I say. Slow down a little bit. Look at the armies. And I want to check Mexican T's last. Actually, well, whatever. We'll 20 horses. So his 2 stables got him, but 20 horses. But check this out: 40 leather almost from 2 stables and 2 swine farms. So nice job by him. 9 farms. That's 10 woodcutters. I should have paid more attention to this base. Wow, that's a mega game from Mexican T, and you can see those extra starting resources. They really go a long way in getting these large armies out, and I really like that. Large starting resources. You can really do anything on these kind of maps. So many different strategies are opened up. Of course, you could just go Spina, as people like to call it, which is just going all out to win. Standard strategy, and you can produce an impressive army, but this is really interesting too. 20 horses? That's crazy. Yeah, and nice amount of leather, and then those extra horses. Really, really powerful army here. Not one to take on. Wow. Interesting job by Romic. I just seeing what he did here. Still a huge army. Some lacking swords for the knights, so he'll probably make scouts. I know Romic likes to do that. Personally, I would opt to just wait around and get more swords for my knights, but he does have 2 stables, so we'll see lots of the late game scouts and knights from Romic. So interesting, 2 players going to go 2 stables. Does he also have 8 farms? Is he building more? I don't think so. Okay, down here he'll probably make these later on for crazy late game strategy. And then we'll go down the Broar, and the weakest army on the map, maybe. 16 horses and 40 bows. Wow, this is not a game a noob wants to get caught up in. Thor here is probably with the weakest. Everyone else having huge armies, so we'll see what happens. Huge armies on a tight map, of course, can be a bad combination with camping, but we'll see how it goes. Speed it up a little. Hate waiting around for the armies to come out. Okay. Just keeping the show fog on for now to see how scouting is being done, and both sides just exploring their respective portions of the map. That's fun. Alright, both sides taking position. Accelerating the game until we can start watching the game open up a bit. We'll turn the show fog off. And here it is, yeah, Romic opting to go with scouts. Still very good for chasing down bowmen, but... And, oh, wow, I think Romic, or... Yeah, Desta kind of wasted his soldiers there. And, oh my goodness. That was definitely maybe some miscommunication. Mexican's gonna lose all of his knights. But not before killing a lot of bows. And actually, I think he's gonna keep him. No, continues the fight. Should have split them up, really. See what's going on down here. I really was too excited on those knights. Maybe I could have slowed the speed down, but... I'm really excited on watching these knights up here. And totally missed what happened with Desta. Looks like he actually didn't do too badly there. Thor completely out of game, it seems, with all but his knights. Taking everything to the top, as he probably should. Speed it back up. Alright, I'll keep an eye on the mini-map, and we'll see how the economy is going. Romic has some efficient farms, as I like to call them. We're doing a good job at getting extra corn into the infrastructure. Nah, more important to pay attention to the fight, and sooner or later he'll get the message that these are unoccupied. And he'll get those guys working. If I were Robert, I would delete one of those stables and switch over to more swine production, but maybe he doesn't need it. I mean, after all, he does have a whole 29 leather already, so keep the horses, keep the horses. Desta again getting a little zealous with some militia. Did they, oh my goodness, I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Yeah, they did see that. I guess he just didn't notice that he could get some easy kills there. Whoa, why are they not pushing this? Yeah, this is a really bad position for Desta. Ah. Thor, completely out of game again. Really should get those bows in there. Mexican. If the fight up here can be won fast enough, might be able to do some flanking, but all it's doing is drawing the knights away, which is enough. Keeping the knights away from the bows over here. But what do you, which way you think the fight is going? It's up in the air right now. Both sides seem to be taking equal damage. Three knights are not going to lose to 3 lance carriers, I think. Yeah. Alright. Another fight. But not much progress. Some people losing all their melee in fights but keeping their bows, and what does that lead to? More defensive play. Let's see what the barracks is looking like. That's able to produce everything, really. It's a very efficient economy. Or just not making enough weapons, could be. Oh my goodness. Looks like recruits from Mexican decided they didn't like the sight of a battle, so they all left to go somewhere. They're all on holiday. That's what happens when your recruit goes on holiday. Takes a very bad time to eat. And here we are, a fight on top. Good horse maneuvers. Again, it'd be better if they split them into more groups. If this stays caught down here. Oh, wow. Romic's melee are not in the right spot. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. Just clean it up. Kill them all, huh? My goodness. Let's see what's going on the bottom. I think it could have gone even better if they would have split their knight groups up into at least 2 apiece and 2 a person. better 2 per player, 2 groups per player, and you can do some really quick maneuvers. Let half of your knights get caught on the melee and the other go kill the ranged, and then attack the melee from behind. A little overzealous knight by Mexican. Saw some bowmen starved to death over there. That or the enemy had incendiary bullets that exploded and had some splash damage, but I think we're gonna go safe with the hungry archers. The difference it could make in these long games by making an extra bakery and feeding your soldiers between just letting them die. Yeah, up to you to decide if 1 bread is worth 1 bowman. I say yes for sure, because if I can make 2 bowmen from each bakery, or if my bakery was making bowmen instead of bread, be pretty efficient at making soldiers. So, in these long games, better throw up an extra bakery. You'll be feeding soldiers. Okay, I did notice that Thor moved some melee up here. And horses seem to be going top as well. Okay, maybe not. Alright, yep, here we see it. This is definitely a push. Perhaps an unsuccessful push. You never want to get your melee pushing so hard that they're pushing past your ranged unit support. Alright, let's slow the game down a little bit and see what this late game economy looks like. You see, Romic is down here taking this extra gold because these mountains up here are nearly depleted. We have market trades, leather armor to a gold chest, just to get that precious gold needed for the manpower. Still working on 2 stables, 10 farms, and 4 wine farms. Double in. Very good late game economy from Romic, I should say. Roar is having less success with his food production. Still not doing any trades with his market. But plenty of gold. He's certainly not producing as many soldiers as Romic. Yannick is trading wooden shields to iron ore, which is what I was explaining earlier, but in this case we see he is completely out of iron. In these scenarios, it might be better just to switch your economy into full leather. We'll look at the statistics later on to see if Yannick's approach seems wise from a statistical standpoint. Did he get lots of kills and not lose very much, or did he just fall very far behind in weapon or soldier count? We will see. 10 woodcutters. And Mexican is having trouble getting enough leather. I think he really should consider knocking down a stable, because either knocking down a stable or making an extra farm and then another swine farm, because this many weapons, he could have an extra 40 soldiers if he had enough leather. So he's really fallen far behind. He could reach to a higher potential. Desta is still producing everything he can. Trading for gold chests, I think he will have second most units produced, with number 1 being Romic, just because either he's not making a lot of weapons, but 3 weapon makers, 3 armor. Okay, and maybe not then, just because he's not making any iron and he's only got 3 weapon workshops. So I could be mistaken in that he's just trading all of his weapons away for gold, and that seems exactly what he's doing. Opting not to go for this extra gold down here, which is a long trip, but with 10 laborers standing around doing nothing for a half hour probably, well, making towers, might be worth considering. And finally, Thor. Trading for horses. Also 3 weapon makers and 3 armor, but he's producing a lot of wooden shields, I bet. As he has 5 sawmills and... oh, well, they're not doing anything. Make another weapon workshop, man. Right here, right here. It's begging to be made. Produce more gold chests that way. Heck, maybe they make another market too, somewhere. Okay, and there's our late game economies. Will be interesting to see the statistics at the end. Oh, and a heroic charge from Mexican T. Heroic, but maybe not too efficient. We'll see how it works out. Down here at the bottom, I'm worried a bit about the Desta without a lot of range support here and outnumbered. Does have some knights. Well, he had some knights. Now he has just a bunch of dead soldiers. Really should be pushing. Maybe put some bows here and just snipe away the serfs and take a player out of the game. But then again, you'd be taking your entire army out, as it seems. Mexican's army has been surrounded. And that is that. Those extra 30 lance carriers would sound nice right now, even though There's a lot of bows to just clean them up like flies. Still, not doing a whole lot of good in that barracks. Okay. And we have final push on Mexican T's base. Oh, we got the late game shoutcast, very long, 52 minutes. And the most exciting part, the statistics, we'll see how that looks. Desta did end up having the second most units equipped, with Romic being first, and Romic doing nicely in the kills, along with Mexican T, and both of those players were the ones who went double stable, so it looks like it worked out very nicely for them. Though Romic did go double stable, he still had the most units produced, so very good job by him. Most wares, weapons, everything. Just pointing going to show that Romic is still the #1 player in Knights and Merchants right now. Crazy army graph, hard to follow. Food. Desta falling really far behind. It's interesting. Still equipping that many soldiers, and this might be the best soldier per unit or per piece of food made graph. What kind of food was he making? Wine barrels? No, not a whole lot of anything. We'll see horses. Mexican having 70 horses this game. Looks like Mexican was doing some kind of trades also for iron. Whereas you see Romic elected to stop. And Desta also. Earlier points in the game. Okay, well, we saw some interesting strategies. Double stable, crossbowmen, axe fighters, and the late game. So enjoyable. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Bye bye.